Hey G fans, GoGFan93 here, and welcome to the long-awaited Godzilla Retrospective series. In this series, we will be covering every single Godzilla game from 1983 to 2016. So, sit back and relax, we got a lot of games to get through.
Oh hey Goji fan, I heard you were doing a series on all the Godzilla video games?
Super Godzilla Gaming? What are you doing here, and how did you get into my video?
Uh, I don't know actually, but I was hanging around and heard you were making a retrospective of all the Godzilla games. Do you need any help?
Not really, I've pretty much played all the Godzilla games, I think I got it.
You sure? I mean, my name is Super Godzilla Gaming. You do realize there are over like 40 Godzilla games, right?
Wait, over 40 games? Oh, yeah, you know what? I might need your help with this. Do you want to come along?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Alright guys, well, here we go. Let's start from the very beginning. Alright, let's begin with the very first Godzilla game ever made, simply called Godzilla, on the Commodore 64, released in 1983, developed by Glenn Fisher of Codeworks. Funny enough, the first Godzilla game was actually a strategy game, and not a game where you go around destroying a city.
In this game, you, the player, control the military, and it is your job to stop Godzilla. The level is a map of Japan, and Godzilla can appear at random areas. There is information on the screen telling you basic supplies you have, whether it be your troops or the population of the city, planes, etc., etc.
You have 8 attack options: land attack, sea attack, air attack, move troops, move ships, missile, atom bomb, which is the most powerful attack, and quit. Depending on what move you make, the game will create a dialogue to let you know the outcome of your decision. This will tell you how many troops or planes you have left if you won.
Here's a little bit of fun trivia for this game. While it is the first video game to feature Godzilla centrally, it was never officially licensed by Toho. This one and the next game to feature Godzilla, which is called Godzilla and the Martians, are both unlicensed video games, so they're technically not the first real games to feature Godzilla, but the next video game on the docket is the first official Godzilla game.
So that's the first game on our list, but we have plenty more to go. Next on our journey is technically the first licensed Godzilla video game. Godzilla vs. Three Major Monsters is a game made by Bandai on the MSX, released in 1984. The game features 5 monsters from the Godzilla franchise: Godzilla, Megalon, Kumonga, King Ghidorah, and Manila.
Now, because the MSX was very limited with what you can do with the game, Godzilla only has one attack, which is his atomic breath. The basics of the game is to take out the enemy monsters without having them touch you, getting hit by their enemy attacks, or falling into holes that Megalon creates in the ground.
Interestingly enough, there is a 2-player option, but it's kind of like the old NES Super Mario style of co-op. The next game is a weird one, and one game that you might all know. Gojira-kun is a game made on the MSX, released in 1985. Now, funny enough, this game was ported to the Game Boy, but we will get to that later.
Gojira-kun's gameplay is very odd for a Godzilla game. You play as a chibi version of Godzilla, and you must avoid the enemies by climbing vines and punching rocks from your mouth. Yes, you form a giant fist and punch rocks out of your mouth.
Definitely one of the weirder games, but like I said, more of this game will come later. The next game in our retrospective does not have a lot of info on it. I mean, heck, even on Wikizilla it doesn't have much info. From what Wikizilla can tell us, it's a game developed for the FM7 and X1 PC, released in 1985.
The player is Godzilla, and in this game, it does appear you walk around destroying things and fighting the military. That's pretty much it. There's not too much info on this obscurity.
Now that would be it for the old games, but there is one more to mention. A game called Monster Fair, made for the MSX in 1986, is more of a Mothra game, but Godzilla has a cameo in it. Still, it's not an official Godzilla game. Well guys, thank you so much for watching the first episode of the Godzilla Retrospective series. We got a lot of games to get through, guys, so check back in next week where we will be taking a look at the Godzilla games from the 8 and 16-bit era. Till then, stay big, G fans.